Next up on the call is Grambling State interim head football coach George Ragsdale. Grambling suffered a loss to Alcorn State in the Circle City Classic by a score of 48-0. This week they'll travel to Mississippi to face Jackson State at 2 p.m. Good morning, Coach Ragsdale. Are you with us?
Good morning. Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Coach. If you could talk about the Circle City Classic and preview Jackson State.
Okay. Well, the Circle City Classic was a long ride, man. We had a long ride, and unfortunately for us, we didn't fare too well from all of that. But it was a great opportunity for us, and our guys went up, and unfortunately, we made a bit too many mistakes, and didn't come out victorious like I would hope that we would. We did do some positive things, though. We got out there, and once again, we started the game off with a blocked punt, man, which we're gonna have to fix that so that we can start fast, because I'm always preaching start fast, finish strong. But we started off with a blocked punt, and before we know it, it was 10-0. But we came back with a 12-play drive. Came out doing the things that we had worked on and knew we were capable of doing, and drove the ball right down the field on them. But unfortunately for us, we didn't get no points. And then we still there?
Yes, sir. We're here, Coach. Go ahead.
Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get any points out of that drive. And then after that, things got a little bit out of hand, man. We had we had 8 3-and-outs, man. Matter of fact, four of them was before halftime, 3 and out. So we put our defense at a disadvantage there, man, and they kind of went up 27 to 0 at halftime, and we came back out in the second half, man, playing a little bit more enthused, but still we couldn't get the offense going. We run the ball pretty well, but when we tried to mix in a little play action and stuff, we wasn't coming up with the catch. So that contributed to those 8 3-and-outs that we had. And then we threw an interception there, early on in the game that hurt us a little bit too. So we never did really get to play fast, never did start fast, in other words, and kind of got behind the 8 ball. But in defense of my team, if I have to defend them a little bit, our defense played well. And again, I know the fans say, and the people can say, well, how can you say they played well when you lost 48-0? But a lot of those points were contributed to us not moving the ball offensively and making a few bad mistakes on special teams. But once again, my linebackers stepped up and led the team in tackles again, and unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to we didn't get turnovers, okay? We didn't get the turnovers like, they had 2 turnovers, but they recovered them. So we didn't get a chance to play on the short end of the field. So that's about it now. In Jackson now, let me talk about Jackson here for a few minutes now. Jackson, they got a good runner in Tommy Gooden. He's a good runner. He has 500 yards and, 5 touchdowns to this point, almost 600 yards. And Clayton Moore, he's probably Clayton Moore, their starting quarterback, and he's averaging 155 yards a game for him. They also play a kid named Ingram and Ivy. They get some playing time out of those guys, but their mainstay guy is Moore. They have a Pimbleton at the receiver who has 5 touchdown catches. He has 560-some yards on 5 catches. Now, he'll be the guy they probably be trying to get the ball to the most, because they only have one other guy, Singletary, who has a receiving touchdown. But they're going to be a formidable opponent now, because number one, they're undefeated in the conference. So at this point, no one wants to lose to Grambling. So I'm sure that's going to be his selling point. But in the same sense, I'm going to let my guys know, there's always a light at the end of that tunnel. So we're going to keep working hard and going to shake up the line, we're going to shake up my players a little bit and play a few guys that I think deserving of playing, and going to see if we can't come out with that victory.
All right, thank you, Coach. The floor is now open for George Ragsdale, interim coach at Grambling State.
Coach, is one of those shakeups going to be at the quarterback position?
Pardon me?
Is one of those shakeups that you're saying going to be at the quarterback position?
No. Why would you ask? Is one of them at quarterback position? Quarterback can't throw the ball and catch it too. You know, DJ hit a couple of receivers this week. I mean, right in the hands, and they didn't have the ball. But see, that's the thing that quarterbacks have to learn to live with. Because when you ain't winning, everybody knows that you touch the ball every play. But sometimes they don't watch where the ball go and what happens to the ball after you let it go.
There was a significant amount of roster changes and number changes. At this point in the season, are you just looking to prepare some of the guys for next year?
Well, yeah, for next year and this year. We got to finish this year. What I want to do is, get some of my younger guys involved in the game so that, hey, next year they'll already have an idea of the difference of the speed of the game at the college level and things. And, I'm going to make changes to win games now. I'm just not, because this year, we're not finished with this year yet, And on our side, we could be a great spoiler for a few people. You never know.
Hey, Coach Ragsdale, it's Ty Miller from Sheridan Broadcasting Network. Good morning to you.
Hi, Ty. How are you?
I'm good, Coach. You've kind of been in this situation before when you took over a team. So what is the mindset now? Because you did mention the word spoiler just now. What's the mindset of the players going forward and what they can do and what they can accomplish this season?
Well, Ty, that's a good question because the thing I try to let everybody know, it's a difference, man. These kids, they started out in August with Doug, you know what I mean? His motivation and what he was bringing to the team. And in the middle, well, not in the middle, but after 2 games, you got to refocus them again, And it takes a little while when you got young people, They know that Coach Ragsdale is a high energy guy, man. I'm a positive guy, and as long as it's time on the clock or daylight, in a job, hey, I'm gonna try to win. So, they are slowly but surely transforming. I got a few of them like Hollis and DJ. Everybody asks me about my quarterback situation. There's nothing wrong with my quarterback situation. I got to patch the dikes at other positions, you know what I mean? And but Hollis and DJ and Naquan Smith, some of those guys, man, they play their heart out every game. But it's going to take 11 people doing their 111 in order for us to get that victory for 60 minutes.
So, Coach, if I'm a fan, and you know how fans can be very fickle at times, not knowing the process of trying to turn a young team into a veteran team or a winning team, what ray of hope as a fan can you tell me that there are better days on the horizon?
Well, I had to tell them, look at the roster. If they look at our roster, they'll see that we are dominated by sophomores and freshmen. We only have about 9 or 10 seniors on the team, and out of those 9 or 10, we don't have very many of them playing. So the ray of hope is that hey, the team is young. We're gonna get more of those young guys some experience with these last 5 games we got, and we're gonna be on our way up, Ty.
Just moments ago, you said really didn't have a situation with the quarterback, though. But did you ever? Do you think sometimes that maybe a change may give the team a lift, and it's not due to the fact that DJ's not producing, but just to try to provide a change or a lift in that area to try to rejuvenate the team?
Yeah, well, you know what? I did that this week. I took DJ out the game. I took DJ out the game for the mere fact I wanted him to stand there and observe it from the sideline view so he could see where they were bringing the blitzes, you know what I mean? He could see the coverages that they were rolling. He could see it, from the sideline view, And then I put him back in the game. I did that. But Jonathan went in, and Jonathan didn't do bad. You know, his first pass, you know, when you call on me, was a little short. He underthrew the receiver. And then he moved it. Matter of fact, he moved the team downfield pretty good. 11-play drive. But when we got down there, you know, the clock was running, and a bunch of we had a penalty and stuff, so we wound up having to go for a 4th and 14 because I wanted to try to score before half, and unfortunately we didn't get in there and get it done. But yeah, you know, it's always a chance where you know your quarterback, you know, gets the view from the sideline. He can go back in and play a little better.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time, and we will talk to you after your game against Jackson next week.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. That's George Ragsdale, interim head football coach at Grambling State.